With that, I will pass it on to Bassel to cover off on Middle East.
Yes, Bhargav, thank you. In the EMEA roundup today, we had one assessed event and 22 other developments. In the Middle East, starting off with Iraq, the Khor Mor gas field incident recurs again. So several rockets targeted the Khor Mor gas field in Chamshamal district in the Kurdistan, which is the semi-autonomous region of Iraq. The rockets landed at the field at around 7:50 p.m. at the local time. However, the extent of the damages due to the attack remains unclear. But no casualties and injuries were reported. It is good to note, actually, that the Khor Mor gas field is operated by an Emirati-owned company called Dana Gas, and this field has been targeted several times over the past month. So militias, there are several militias that are suspected of targeting this gas field, and they are the pro-Iranian militias in Iraq. This actually comes amid a dispute, a legal and political dispute between the KRG, which is the Kurdistan Regional Government, and the Iraqi federal government in Baghdad. This is all from the Middle East region today. Over to you, Sitati, to cover on Africa.
Well, thank you, Bassel and Bhargav. Today in Africa, we covered eight developments, and the major issue is the anti-military protests in Guinea, which are scheduled to take place on July 28th in Conakry, that is the capital, and on August 4th in other parts of the country. And these protests have been organized by the National Front for the Defense of the Constitution, and which is protesting against several issues, and key among them is the lack of an inclusive approach by the Guinean transitional authorities to determine the timeline of the transition period. And in addition to this, some of the major political parties in the country, such as the Rally of the Guinean People, the National Alliance for Change and Democracy, and the Union of Republican Forces, have declared support for the protests. And yesterday, the National Front for the Defense of the Constitution unveiled the itinerary for the July 28th protests in the capital, Conakry. And the protesters are expected to gather at the Tannery roundabout on the N1 highway. And then they'll march toward the People's Palace Esplanade. And it's also important to note that other possible protest hotspots include the Prince Road, which is actually the most common protest site in the capital Conakry, as well as the Fidel Castro Highway. And so businesses with operations in Guinea, especially in Conakry, need to keep an eye on the activities of the National Front for the Defense of the Constitution. And they also need to watch out for possible disruptions to road travel on the N1 highway, the Prince Road, and the Fidel Castro Highway on July 28th. So this is all we have from Africa today. Over to you, Bassel, to cover Europe.
Thank you, Sitati. In Europe, we had 7 developments today. The assessed event for today was the recent cut in gas supplies to Germany, or the predicted cut in gas supplies to Germany tomorrow. So Russian authorities announced that they will cut gas supplies to European countries, especially Germany, through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline tomorrow. The Gazprom said the gas flows to Germany actually will drop by 50% to 33 million cubic meters per day from tomorrow. This is actually half of the current gas flow, which is at 40% since June. So this comes actually amid a cost of living crisis across Europe, and the inflationary pressures, as well as high energy prices across the continent. So businesses should keep an eye on the latest developments and prepare for rising prices, as well as possible supply bottlenecks. Clients are also advised to cooperate with the Energy Ministry, the Network Agency, grid and storage operators to prepare adequate responses in case of possible shortages. So this is all from the EMEA today. Thank you.
Thank you, Bassel and Sitati, for the coverage of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. It's a wrap from us. You can reach out to us at info@apacassistance.com to know more about our bespoke membership program. Thank you.